Recording.
Same.
We're back. And we have the combination.
Quick, what is it?
1,
1,
2,
2,
3,
3,
4,
4.
Alright,
Doors.
5.
5. It's amazing. It's the same combination I have on my luggage. Never gets old.
Okay, now we need a 5-foot piece coming here.
5 foot piece.
And 5-foot piece coming there.
Right, all the way there and there. Peace
Yep.
out.
It's supposed to be centered in each one, but that's close enough.
I'll go all center.
Mike and center.
Yeah, right. Yeah, those,
You were
runners-
hesitant. That was good.
Those
That's
are
kind of
runners.
something.
Kind of center. Closer.
Okay, now as we come down into this level,
Engine room.
Here we are.
exactly.
But we don't know what the hell it is.
Protecting motors down here, DM?
You see these huge cylinders here and here, and there's shafts that appear to extend outside this boat, but there's no water leaking in it. We're well below the water line. And up here, we find these big tanks.
Nice to meet
And
you.
yes, you're welcome.
Beat you to it.
So there's a ladder that leads to the top of the tank. Anybody gonna climb the ladder?
Well, yes, I'm
Why don't you
flying.
just fly
Okay.
down?
Climb up.
Yeah, go ahead. It's only 8 feet high.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fly. I'm gonna climb the ladder.
Okay.
Hey, you want to, Berlin?
Uh,
No, I'll follow you up.
there's a couple big round, like almost doors in the top of this thing.
Is that where they store this liquid, the water?
And there's like almost like the steering wheel to the ship.
That's just how you must open it.
What is it?
It looks like they store the water in there.
Well,
Knocking on the...
we're surrounded by water. We don't need any more
Ding,
water.
ding, ding, ding. Yeah, real hollow.
Really hollow, whatever was in there.
There's nothing in there at the moment.
You gonna open it?
I don't want to.
Okay.
How
You
will
check
open
your
it
smell,
so I
Liam?
figure how?
Okay.
Detecting smell?
Well, she already said, you know, you spin it and it opens up and
I'm gonna spin around
Detecting
up.
smell around the...
it reeks.
Ooh.
Nastiest smell you've ever smelled in your life.
Getting down the ladder. and getting
Diesel
away from
fuel.
it. Yep.
Oh, that doesn't smell very
You
good.
guys have never smelled diesel
Hey, I
fuel.
can't see very good. Light a match.
Oh, wait, that wouldn't work anyway. It's diesel.
Oh, son. Go on. Backing down, getting out of it. That's horrible. That's
Selena, come here a minute.
oh. Is there
Come
dead,
up here and look at this.
dead things in there?
Climb up there.
You'll push her in.
But
I'm gonna fall in.
roll a strength check.
Yo. Oh my God.
15.
Roll a dex check. No.
That's
Her.
right. There it is.
One.
A one.
Oh.
Ooh.
Sidestepping it.
You push. She actually kind of
Counters.
moves in with the push and steps over it.
Dodge.
Just fucking with you.
But at that note, she sees this other tank down here is separate. And there's another basically manhole cover on top of that.
You suppose it's got the same nasty stuff?
Let's check it out.
Don't know why
You
they
first.
Don't know why they would separate
I'm
it.
going
though.
down there, DM.
Okay. It's about half the height and about that wide. So you're going to open this one too?
Open her up.
Very cautiously.
This one is about 3/4 full of a nasty liquid.
Ooh.
It smells just like the other tank. But it is nasty.
Oh, that's not good. I'm closing it quick and locking it.
Okay.
I know.
Well, thanks.
See any of that liquid oozing out anywheres?
Down.
Not that liquid, but you see this black, it's almost like in our realm of black ooze or a black jelly.
Stay away from it.
But it's all around these shafts and things in here. And it doesn't smell like an ooze or a jelly.
Does it have a little burnt smell to it?
Smells a little bit like my grease spell.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
Oh, yes. Yeah. You're absolutely right.
So it must make these things slide easier.
It does
makes
spread
sense.
pretty
But
good.
what are these things?
I cannot answer that. Oh, no.
Magic of some sort.
Some kind of combustion.
I don't
it's got
even think a
it's got
gnome
those
can
big
think of
round
this.
pins going up the back of it. I wonder if it doesn't help this.
Maybe
thing
a gnome
go
on the
along
range.
Yes, gnomes on the range.
Or the ones in the roller skates, you know, the mobile gnome.
Do you think maybe anything's hidden in that grease in there? But probably not, huh?
I'm not going to look.
Neither mind, no.
Coming down here to the shaft.
Whatever wizard controlled this area down here must have died.
Is there anything to control it? No, probably not.
Yeah, I'm looking around for any
this,
bodies to search that might be dead around.
Large shaft here. Has it got any protection around the shaft, or can I grab right a hold of it?
There's like a cage that goes to the ground and up over it.
Oh, see, they don't want you to grab a hold of this. Must be a spin or something.
And there's like a catwalk across the top of these.
Like,
Yeah.
And
right
you
up.
do see a couple dead bodies up in the catwalks.
Hey.
We're gonna go up there and search them.
Thankfully,
Okay.
nothing's moving.
Yeah.
For the creatures we keep finding dead.
Human?
Yep. The one seems to have more of these weird looking coins on them. Some more of that paper stuff. And he's got like a wrist bracelet that looks really weird. It's one of the Life Alert bracelets.
Oh, yeah.
It's got all these like runes and stuff on it. But it
This
doesn't
place
detect
is so
magic.
full of letters, I have no idea what the heck it is.
So the one thing I've been looking for this whole time, and let me know if I happen to come across it, is one of them tubes that you pull it
Okay.
out and look around and it
Um,
zooms in.
Spider eggs.
Let me check in
You
this,
do
this
see-
mezzanine over here.
On one of them, actually on a couple of these dead bodies, you find these, they're about this long. And they got little metal pieces sticking out. When you pull on the metal, it opens up into a knife.
Oh, those are nice.
And there's several of these blades that open in different directions. And one of these guys has one that's like this wide. And it's got like little like scissor things on it.
I'm taking
And-
these.
Yeah, oh,
That's a utility.
How
tool.
many of them?
There's one of the Swiss Army knives. And there's 5 of the regular multi-bladed jackknives.
Okay, yeah, I'll bring them down and share them with the group. Anybody want one of these?
yeah, you like pick locks and stuff with it, right?
I'm keeping the Swiss Army.
Anything on this mezzanine over here, Jim?
That was on between both of them.
Oh,
You guys
gotcha.
found that stuff.
And you guys are welcome to the rest of them.
Gee, thanks.
Some things are neat down here.
Over here on this wall, there's a panel. And it's got all these neat little buttons on it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, of course, sure.
You do
Any
that.
of
Got 'em.
them lit up?
No.
As Zootine starts pushing buttons, he hits one, and these things go roar.
What the hell?
Hey, you
Eh, eh,
almost
Hey, Amanda!
did something.
You were waking it up, whatever it is.
You did something.
Don't push that button again.
No, I don't want to do that.
What button did you press?
That one.
I'm gonna press it again.
Roar.
Oh,
Hold it. Press it and hold it.
press and hold.
Okay, it rolls over about 4 times.
Whoa. Oh, that's pretty neat.
And then it starts rolling over a little slower.
Oh, you're killing it. The power is
And they
dead.
said it was buried into the ground, so.
The front end, not the S end. But the S end could be because of it.
And we noticed that
But how's this button do that?
there's
Magic.
pipes.
Magic.
You see pipes coming off the bottom of these tanks. And this one, the pipe goes into this tank. And then from this tank, the pipes go along the floor into the bottom of each of these 2 pieces.
These things must feed these things.
Yes.
They're so.
It's kind of like a food for it.
Oh, yeah, maybe they're
Or a
hungry.
component of a... massive spell of magic.
And maybe one of these
And,
buttons feeds them.
Whoever that is
Very good.
Really not.
sees the pipe with the valve right over here that you can open up and basically drain this tank into the bottom
Give
of
it
this
another
one.
few more minutes of run.
Reserve, you know.
Yeah, let's not do that.
No.
No, we don't want to
Say
wake
Acme
this.
on the
We don't want to wake this.
This is our lowest point, right?
Well, that.
But
we don't
as
wanna
you,
alert
yeah.
the island that somebody
As
on
you
the boat-
push a couple more buttons, one of them you hear kind of a click, and there's a couple of those little things that look like this
Light
that
bulbs.
light real dim.
Powered up
Magic.
for a moment.
It's freaking magic button. You push it and it magically casts.
And then
Well, grab the button.
No.
See if you can get
You
the button
take it
out.
with you?
Yeah.
you watch as they
It's not
light.
magic though.
dim light, and then they start fading out.
It's not magic though, because I've looked through my gem and nothing is magical.
Oh, that's true.
Maybe it's not a magic your gem can recognize.
That
That's
is
true,
true
too.
also.
Could be a super magic.
Otherworldly magic. We don't know
Yeah,
what
it may not,
Alien magic to this ring.
or that gem may not see all
Yes,
magics.
yes, that's true. So,
Very powerful beings made this vessel.
I don't want to alert anyone on the island that this boat's trying to take off or something.
Well, or fire up, yes,
Yeah,
to get the
let's no more
vampires to
button
circle in
pushing.
on us.
Like,
And there was
oh,
an
yeah,
alert
right.
bracelet up there, so it's
Can't
already been
believe we only.
alerted.
no more button pushing. Let's head back up. So there's nothing to be.
Okay.
Pushing my buttons.
Well, we'll check the level one more time, make sure there's no.
Did we ever
secret-
come
We're burning
across
daylight.
the captain's quarters, Jim?
They would be on the upper deck.
We checked all those rooms.
Yep.
Sleeping quarters, fancy beds, towels, galore. Some blood here and there.
Someone must have been guiding the ship's
No
direction.
telescope, so.
But if
They would
you
have
if you
no
go
special
back
kind
up
of room.
to the third level from where you're
Like a
at
captain.
Yes.
and check out where the wheel is, you probably see one of them if you searched enough.
It's something I've heard of before. We haven't been in our realm, right?
Yeah.
So I'm actually physically looking for it because it makes sense that when you're on a boat,
There's got to be a way to
you gotta
drive
go
it.
see. No, I'm looking for. a
Oh,
telescope.
one of those
Yeah, so on the way out,
sextants
I'm
or
gonna pop
whatever
in.
they
More
call it.
likely the bridge, not that I know that, but.
Yeah, but he just told me so.
Yeah,
So
you do find one up there,
nice.
Hey, I found one. Good for you.
Telescope.
and
I'll see you on the bridge.
you see all kinds of weird apparatus too. There's like a phone that calls down here to the engine room, but you have no idea. All this is wires.
Put all the more
and this-
buttons up
See
here.
like a giant
Thing.
compass thing to.
Yep.
Yeah.
You
Plenty
see
more
your
buttons.
navigation equipment.
Range equipment on this place.
Got a nice compass right there built into it, though, doesn't it?
Oh, yes.
But it doesn't tell any real direction. It's just got north,
Wobbling
south,
around?
east, west, and all these numbers around it.
But it's like that lit up.
No, it's digital.
Yeah.
Back screen.
I think. Anything else? We're done?
Nothing that you can tell of any importance.
What time is it now? How long?
Yeah, you're getting into between 5 and 6 by the time
Yeah,
you get
let's
all the
get
way
this
up and
sanctuary.
redo this. And,
Alright, let's
Any,
get out of
any
here.
maps?
Sanctuary.
Do we see any? No, it's all digital.
yeah, everything's gonna be
Heading
Take
off
where
the
you can
ship.
pull it up on like a computer screen.
Yeah.
Jim,
All right,
I come across a small
off the
handheld
ship.
mirror anywhere's in the travel.
Oh
store?
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
several.
I'm
As
gonna
soon as the sun
take
goes
a
down, we're
handheld
pulling
mirror.
on sanctuary.
You guys on the back of the bathroom doors, when you open the bathroom doors, you see full length mirrors.
Would like to take one of them, but I don't have a means of carrying it.
Break in half.
Yeah, sure.
That's just, I heard another way to find to see if it's a vampire. They have no reflection.
I've
Where'd
got
you
a
hear that? Yeah.
handheld mirror.
In a book?
Yeah,
I was reading a book.
heard it in the
about
book. Uh huh.
Ra-
Yeah, we believe that one.
But when I was reading a book about Ravenloft, the book of Ravenloft, it did tell me how to kill a vampire permanently. So there could have been information in there like that.
And how do you kill them permanently?
You stick them to the ground.
Yep.
You stake them out all day long,
Like through the arm?
like somehow I don't know. Oh, stake? No, you got to put it through the heart.
Okay,
To the
well,
ground.
specific in detail.
Well, you were all here. You all heard what I said.
Not
So-
necessarily.
Yeah, should
Found a bunch of stuff here that we could use for stakes in these areas, though.
I have
Yeah,
pictures.
I mean, you
I have
got-
stakes.
Brilliant, it could have been off killing an
Boat
innocent
just
at
got
that time.
wood
Yeah.
somewhere.
Very distracted.
But when I did read that book, there was 3 ways to kill it, right? It was stake it to the ground, through the heart,
Mhm.
and then there was
That's what we need to find,
There's
Marina.
thing do involved in there.
my character remembers.
Well, because I keep to myself, sister. You keep bugging everybody.
Daylight kills
I
them.
drone you out. Ha! What we need to do, Marina, is see if we can find a piece of pipe. That's long
And
enough for
plus
those-
one weapons
those
are better
spike-
hurt them.
those spikes to sit in it, so we can take it and
Anything about
stand back and
reflection
go
or
and launch that spike at them.
Oh, that's an interesting theory.
See about hitting them in
did
the
it talk
chest that way.
about transformations
Interesting.
at all? Like what they can do and not do? Like turn into a bat, all that.
What you want to do? Learn stake throwing,
It tells you to be weary of them
stake whipping.
through the night hours.
Yeah.
They can be very convincing
In the evening.
when they are out on their patrols.
Tim, did I come across any, say, 4 foot, at least 4 foot pieces of pipe?
At least,
There were-
but they're all connected into
Yeah,
something.
they're all
weapon,
connected into something, yeah.
We can try it now.
Run your songs off.
Open it up and flip it.
Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. Yep, sanctuary.
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 Okay, back on our other ship.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Protecting our other ship so it can't be, dial turned and shit so we can take it out of here.
Put us within the gates and then this was. Put that over top.
Yep.
Is it tiny?
Yay.
So
And
get the
then-
sanctuary from them.
If you
No,
want
no,
to slide this over here, because we're hooked up to this dock over here.
Hey, Doc.
And then-
Yeah, blue cheese. You want us to draw something?
yeah, I was gonna say if you
Grabbing the towel.
right there is where the dock starts.
This way.
Yeah, go 40 feet this way,
40,
and then this one we want to go 80.
20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Yeah, it's a little bit through here.
Yeah,
And then this one,
Hold on there,
so much for 80 feet.
20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80.
and then this side comes 80 feet down, and then starts to taper off this way because it comes into the land.
This side here?
Yep.
Dark.
And then this one comes straight across 80 feet.
10, 20,
Ducks.
30.
Made of wood?
Yes.
Not plastic, good.
Not concrete.
And then back up, even with this one, and another 40 feet, and back down to that one.
What kind of wood is it, Neil, you know?
Tell me what.
Whatever they could find, whether it's oak, walnut.
So it's a mixture of wood?
Yeah, it's definitely hardwoods. And the cruise ship you guys were just on came across this on an angle
Okay.
and came across, and then the land area comes out like this, and it was hooked right into the land right there.
Cruise ship.
And
SS, holy shits.
the gangplank came over like this onto the shoreline there.
And right here's the mouse.
Now,
Or back here.
what you've got is what you were noticing from back over was the front of this dock area has little like V's in it, and they go down into the water. Now,
Kind of interesting. Kind of, not much. Any souls in
20
there?
feet over here, just draw a straight line all the way across because that's how big this thing is.
Is there any souls floating around in there?
Not at this level, no.
The Sea of Soul.
Making sure we don't see
Now,
any of
this
them.
is the front of the actual rock.
Right, okay. Here's the dock.
So it looked like this was a mouth from way out from where we were.
Oh, yeah.
And it looked like these were giant fangs.
Yeah.
Oh, very true.
And that's where we want to go into enter.
Yeah, we want to figure out how to get in here.
And that was just foreshadowing.
Yes. Shadowing forest.
Hmm.
Shattering forest.
Yeah, and then
Now, you know, while we're in the sanctuary on the ship and someone decides to use it to go sail away, we're at the wind.
Yep.
I think they have to change it here, don't they?
We're at the helm now.
And we're invisible and they'll come on board, change
yeah,
it here and
we're
sail
we're
away.
inside an extra dimensional
True,
space, so they
yeah.
can still grab it.
They won't even know we're there. Or we
Coke
they
Clue's
won't
right.
know we're there.
You get somebody on guard can exit and take them out of it.
Yeah, that's why we keep them on
And
watch.
that one big statue made of dolls is here, and the other one is right here.
And that, it's a statue and it's
And one of
covered
them I
in
shot
dolls,
and it
like
disintegrated.
this big.
Yeah,
like
but
that,
it was
yeah.
just one of the dolls out of all the dolls that make up this giant doll.
And what was the statue of?
A doll,
Wow.
And their dog.
like a baby's doll.
A big
But it's
one.
made out of all these little dolls. You've seen the pictures of like somebody's face, but then when you look close, it's a bunch of smaller pictures made up of
yeah.
stuff. Basically, that's what it is. When you get up close, you can see all these little baby dolls that are like a foot tall, and they've all been put together to make up the legs and the torso and the arms and make
The
up
whole
a
thing
new
tries to
head.
kill you at night.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I mean,
But
who
we didn't
has,
see it move.
who has a giant statue of dolls?
Creepy vampires.
Yeah,
That's
creepy
creepy.
vampires.
So what you're saying is we probably should have taken those and kind of threw them all off.
But I
into the
didn't
water.
use any spells today,
Water.
so I just do some refresher studying. And
I'll keep first watch.
you'll take first watch.
I think we're gonna be up for a
Okay.
little while. It's only like sunset, right?
Yeah, we can have time to eat and all that. And,
We don't want to be
Um,
out past dark though, because that's when.
That's why
well, we're inside it.
Yeah.
Well, okay, true.
You can
Um,
watch and see what happens.
Yeah.
at
True
dark.
that. We're gonna keep
Right.
an eye out. I'm gonna.
yeah,
So it's good that we get in here a little bit before sundown so we can check everything out as it happens.
and just before dark, you see right over here,
Especially you with the
there
monocle.
forms out of this rock a 10-foot door.
I'm gonna use a gem. It's dirty.
It just formed there as it gets dark.
Yeah, you didn't see it during the daylight. It looked like smooth rock.
Oh, so that was glowing.
But as you're looking at it, it opens out toward us.
Oh, I'm gonna take out my
That's
telescope.
magical.
And
Oh, I
uh,
can't look through that in here.
these people, bless you,
Whoa. Gesundheitsreich.
humans, come out of those doors.
I'm
Several of them.
Here we go, guys. Here
Human
we go.
vampires.
And they're looking at our ship, and no, it's still a little bit daylight.
Oh.
It's just getting into dusk.
This is the trap.
And they see our ship. And some of them head back over to the other ship. And some of them come over to our ship and start looking around and seeing what's here. And
Nothing.
it's weird because you can almost feel cold from them as they walk through this thing.
Of course.
And
Got me.
you can hear them.
Whether they pass through us or not, I try to stay out of their way. I don't like
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
passing through
You
me.
No,
can-
absolutely not. Are they communicating with each other?
Oh, yeah, you can hear them talking to each other.
In fact, I'll be in the rafters.
Anything out of the ordinary that they say.
Everything you
They're talking about
hear
stealing
is
our boat?
sounding disgusting because they're talking back and forth about, boy, I hope the masters make me one of them soon. I don't like just doing their bidding. I want to be one of them and be able to change and fly around at
They've
night.
enslaved people too.
These first creatures out here
Charmed them.
are their thralls.
Yeah.
Um,
Vampires charm.
And the ones that entered that other ship over there, they come out with some of this frozen meat,
Oh, sons of bitches.
some fruits and vegetables,
That's what we forgot.
because they're not vampires. They've got to have something for them to eat.
True enough.
And as it gets dark, they light a few torches around here. And then you see this cloud of bats
Shit.
come out, and they come down and they swoop around and they fly out like they're flying around the island. And a few of them come over and they land within all these thralls. And they just sit there and seem to gaze at them. And then after they gaze, they tell the thralls, you must eat, you must rest, for tomorrow is another day that you must guard us. And then all the thralls go back inside, and that's the last you see of them. And you can see the vampires out there, and there's a couple of them that are talking back and forth without using ESP. Yeah, they're in humanoid form. You saw them as they came down. They came down and landed, and then they came up into these humanoid forms. And they're talking, you know, the thralls can't live long. They don't have enough blood to keep us happy. We must send some of the thralls to another island to capture some more so that we may feast. Unless you think the master can figure out how to use that gem again to bring another one of these huge ships over here.
The gem.
So that we may feast easily. This last batch was nothing. They had no idea what we were. And screaming, I don't believe it, I don't believe it, didn't help them any.
If we can get a good can't trust anybody.
Certainly can't, sister.
If we could get a good idea of how actual low they are on their blood supply, maybe we could totally make sure that they don't get it and weaken them before we attack.
They're probably going to want to use the ship to go to the other island.
I was thinking that immediately, Zutan.
It's the only
So
ship that's
let
here
that-
that they can use.
Let them take the ship.
Then we just throw them in the Seas of Souls.
Yeah,
Souls.
when we get out there,
Bam. Berlina would love a pushing job, wouldn't you?
turn it back around, go back to
I
the
would
island,
definitely take
empty.
a pushing job.
But we'd have to be back inside of the sanctuary when we went back empty.
We'd have to do it during
Yeah,
the
and you
day.
only got 10 hours, right?
Yep.
And Sanctuary, yeah.
What you could do is twice in a row.
Yes, we know at least twice in a row. We've
At
done it
least.
once. Yeah.
Because they would start to get, well, yeah, then we have to
But
wait
then
for the rest.
it might not work again for 48 hours, 72 hours.
Yeah.
Nothing's guaranteed.
Yeah.
You don't
True
know.
enough.
But
5
so,
years from now.
so
we can-
timing this, if this is 10 hours, what time did we set it?
Well, we had to set it just before dark.
Yeah.
Okay, so like 8, 9. I
Yeah.
don't know what time it gets dark here.
Yeah, we set it about 7.
And do we know what time sunrise is?
No,
Well, we better
but we know generally it's about 9 o'clock before it's set. Totally.
It should be up by 7. It's a
And-
nice
It
tropical.
moves slow.
So, yeah, we're hoping that somewhere between 6 and 7
Yeah.
the
It's a
sun
gamble.
comes up.
But we could set it twice in a row, if need be.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if I remember right, the last time we had to wait like an hour in between it.
I don't.
Something kind of like a map spell.
I think we did it on accident. I think we did it just to try it.
I believe
But I
that's
don't
what
know
it
if it
did.
was an hour.
It's
like
been a
a-
long
So,
career so far.
That'd be a tough note to find.
Too much stuff to keep track of. Even, I mean, you gotta go through your notes to.
Absolutely.
So,
Is anybody going to sleep all night other than me?
Yeah, Coco's definitely sleeping
Coco
all night.
sleeps all night.
Yeah, we'll be taking watches.
We'll be taking watches.
I get grumpy if I don't get my birdie sleep
First, second, third. Who's taking first?
I'll take
instead of
first.
beauty.
I'll take
Birdie.
Wake your brother up.
Yes, I will take second, Bruno.
And do a wake up and do
So when they transformed, you said it was a big cloud of bats. When the ones came down to separate, was it one bat that came down
No, there were several bats that came down, landed on the dock, and
and
then
turned into
just
several?
seemed to come up and take humanoid form.
Right, I was just wondering if that cloud was like 10 of them or 1,000.
Oh, yeah, there was
Thousands
probably
of bats.
close to 100 bats in that.
And each bat equals one vampire.
Maybe,
Could be.
Purportedly. We don't know.
Could be some of them were just normal
Could
bats.
just need a net to throw on them.
True.
Get them and net them.
Bastard.
Stabbing them.
Oh boy.
Piss off vampires even more.
And the vampire falling apart, turned into a bunch of rats and running away.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
just
the
as
wonder
happened
if they
as
transform, they
invisible.
transform.
Or gaseous form.
Gaseous
Yes, it's
form.
form,
That's a popular one.
yeah. Start fanning,
Floats right through
them
here.
We
really
just do a Gimli on them.
Or in your case, Wing Buffet.
I know every time a player's tried gaseous, it didn't work out good with certain DMs.
Oh, it has to be used
I
wisely.
mean, there's a
Read
reason.
DMs carefully.
Suddenly there's a
That's what happened
breeze.
to you.
Anyways.
Okay, so it's getting on about 9:30, 10 o'clock now after we sit here and keep
Howdy,
jibber jabbering
all
about how we're going to
vampires.
go to sleep.
Counting all vampires. Get your blood.
And we're throwing.
Yeah, they're lining up outside the door.
Locking Coke Lou out.
Pushing Brulene out.
Okay, as we sleep, and I'm finding a nice tidy corner, like away from the steering wheel, and
I'm up in the rafters.
they, toward the end of your watch, Berlina, since you're first,
Yes.
one of these vampires walks up and onto this ship,
Uh-oh, they may have... Oh, shush.
You should.
and he starts just looking around with a confused look on his face, very puzzled.
And how much longer do I have to get?
You're within about half an hour to an hour.
Into or left of our first watch?
Left.
No,
Left
I'm-
in the watch.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk over to him as I'm watching the
Okay.
vampire, and I'm gonna.
As you watch, the vampire walks like right next to you as you're crossing over to
Try to be
wake up
I
Ingu.
see.
I'm avoiding.
I see.
And you can feel the cold,
Ooh,
extreme cold coming off this thing.
More than a lot
And-
of people.
As he walks past you, which you're in this big area, but he's walking through an area this big basically.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm avoiding him.
But you watch his face as he's walking through, and he turns like he's just looking right at you as he walks through the other side.
Oh, son of a bitch. Do I
And he
throw
gets to
sage
the back of the boat here, and he turns around, and he's still just not believing what's going on. He knows there's something there, he just can't figure it out.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do a double fucking.
And he
Sister,
walks
that is crazy.
back past you again. And roll a dex check.
I'm stepping up out of
Oh, I'm
my
avoiding it.
bedding there. And
You're trying.
Whoa.
3, yeah.
Okay.
I'm way good.
He, as he's coming through the second time, he starts doing this. And he kind of steps to the side, then steps to the side.
Oh, yeah. I'm avoiding
and he's
it
still-
at all costs.
Right in the
Just-
corner. Get in the corner.
He's looking, and he stops like in half a step. And just kind of does one of these.
I got
And
a
then takes
steak-
that other step the other way, and
I
he's
got a steak out.
through the other side.
You like steaks. There's
And he gets to the front of the boat, and he just kind of looks at the dock, and the other 3 vampires that are over there
Start looking too.
meet him over here on the dock, on the pier, and
got
it
my
appears
stick
they're
drawn out too,
doing
Jim.
one of your deals,
Yeah.
and they're in this little 4 vamp circle. And then they all look at this boat,
Vamp circle.
and then they go back over and start guarding that door again.
And they're vamping.
And they're all looking at
vamped
each
out
other,
now.
and the one keeps pointing at this boat.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah,
know
because
something's
because it wasn't there then earlier.
Well, they also...
Were they
said
mentioning
something.
anything?
They're sensing
Oh,
the
well, no.
etherealness of this thing that we're in.
Which they are tied to the etherealness world in certain forms.
So he could almost see you.
Well,
As he was looking.
Yeah.
He could sense you were there. He could almost smell you. He just couldn't quite see you.
And you might figure it out if he guesses his form is over in there.
Yeah, because if he goes into an ethereal state, when he's in that half step, that perfectly centered half step,
Yeah, you'd see it for an instant.
he could actually go gaseous inside this thing.
which would be perfect.
Remember, it's like writing a line on a piece of paper. If he's on that line when he goes gaseous, he's inside.
Right, yeah.
Fell into the line.
Oh boy, here we go.
Yep.
And so you woke up Ingdu.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite strange. I just felt that go through here.
Yeah, you felt that extreme cold as you were waking up.
It's gonna be a little while before I can fall asleep,
Remember, that's real, just like this thing
Oh,
is. So someone who's not, you can't affect it.
Right. Absolutely.
You're
We
not
can't-
corporate.
Right. Well, we could, just sit there and
You have to
practice.
step out.
Yeah, just have to practice on the way through though.
But-
And then try to stab it and turn it.
If one of these turns gaseous,
That's a whole different story.
while
Yes.
stepping on that black line, as I said,
Yes.
and then changes back into his form, he is still partially in the ethereal plane. So he could create havoc not only toward you, but you could create havoc back at
Oh,
him.
absolutely. Start swinging, poking him.
And just don't let him
And I
touch
don't
you.
remember what the monstrous manual rates them, but I think it might be genius intelligence.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like off the scale smart.
Yeah.
So what's wrong with being a vampire?
Try to
guys?
sleep.
What?
I'm gonna try to sleep. I don't
Go to sleep, sister.
So,
I got this. I'm watching the.
Roll me a constitution check, -4.
Constitution 20.
Zoom time, before you went to bed there,
Roll 14.
I asked you if I could use
Okay.
that monocle.
So
thing
you're
that
right.
using to
It
keep
is
an eye
hard
on.
as hell, but you managed
A
to
little
fall
nicer to get a
asleep.
better idea what they truly look like from a distance. Seems it zooms them in, I think, pretty close.
This is
Normally you want to fail your constitution check. In this case, you wanted to fall asleep.
It could.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, you were 2 away from not being able to fall asleep.
I'm using the telescope there and looking at the vampires as they're
No,
talking
you
amongst each other.
stole it off
I asked him
Zutai?
before he went to
Oh,
before
okay.
he rested.
You can make out their faces, and you can see the fangs coming down their
See
face.
their mouths. We can't
And-
understand. Can't
No,
read
they're
their lips.
not. They're not using their mouths a whole lot.
Yeah.
They just keep kind of looking at each other in different ways.
Yeah, they must be talking like my brother and my sister and I can do to everyone. That is
Are you
very
going to
powerful.
try to
No, I'm
tap
not
in?
trying to no, I'm not going to try to tap into them.
You don't want to try to eavesdrop?
No, not really. Not now with the
You drop into
their
eaves?
intelligence.
Pick them up and throw them into sea of souls, Jim. Sea of souls, Jim.
Yeah, it's not the Sea of Souls right here. It's just murky black water.
But we're
Further out,
we can still throw them in.
further out, it's
Well,
good.
your shift goes by pretty uneventfully. You can just see them sitting over there. And
Waiting for this to reappear.
Friend, I'm sitting in your head while you're sleeping. Wake up, my friend. Sometime.
Yeah.
Come out of that dream. It is your friend that you're going to watch.
Any movement? Any going in?
Yeah, vampires.
Just been over there on the
Why are you
dock.
still awake?
Because I can't freaking sleep.
Oh, you're getting tired tomorrow.
you
dude.
slapped. Almost didn't. It was hard. You got there.
Vampires over there. It's been
Vampires
pretty
watching
good
you almost
earlier
touch me.
on my sister's watch, and she is a little freaked out. She just went to bed about an hour or two ago.
She saw a vampire?
They walked
close?
through our boat, our hut here. Yes.
Could he tell him?
Oh, he had ideas. Something was here. Yes.
Oh,
I
shit.
woke up towards the tail end of it. Boy, very
And
cold. Very
you
cold.
can actually point to Zutine that there's still 4 of them right over there.
See, they're still on the dock over
Right by
there.
those doors.
Here, use your
Waiting
monocle
it
thing.
out.
Oh, taking a monocle.
Take
Yeah,
your
taking-
extendo monocle.
It's only 80 feet.
Yeah, but that helps zoom it in nicer,
Yeah.
clearer, crisper.
Yeah, you can
You
get
see
a
if they're
nice
lucky.
view of their faces.
Yeah. I don't want to gaze at her too long, though.
We'll sit
Um,
there until
so DM
sunup.
Yeah, potions are plentiful that Hans and Franz uses, and it makes potions, remember? Of
Uh-huh.
different. The clairvoyance. I don't understand what the.
Yeah, read it.
I did. And
Cast
but it's within distance from the wizard.
They're complicated spells, clairvoyance and clear audience.
Yeah, what does that actually show you? Because
That's
it's
what they're
enables you
thinking in their
to
heads or
use-
something.
Yeah, basically,
You can figure out what those vampires are thinking.
clairvoyance is kind of like reading their minds. clear audience is projecting your thoughts towards someone.
It's similar to, spell empowers the wizard to see in his mind whatever is within sight from the spell locale choice. So it's like looking for an item, it sounds like.
Well, you could look through their eyes and look
Because the
at
distance is
Beastmaster.
not a factor.
No, it's basically saying, like these vampires, they're within sight distance of you, so you can try to see what's on their mind.
And I think the locate object one is the one you want to use.
That would be helpful for the gem, but
Yeah.
I'm sure it's in the hands of the chief that you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that we've already actually learned that.
Yes, we did. Somebody read it in a book somewhere.
And Ingdu, are you all freaked out about these vampires still?
No, I'm not. I really didn't
Okay.
care. I got just a little bit of a taste
And
of
you-
it through my.
You fall right back to sleep, not a problem.
Good night, Zoontang.
You didn't get gazed at either.
Right? You didn't get almost touched. Ugh.
Yeah, you're just lucky you were
Sister's a wuss.
in the wrong plane from that thing when it was gazing.
Wait till you turn. Wait till you turn. You'll see what the wuss is. Because
Gave you a nice freaky feeling.
I will have to take you out.
I want to take you out.
Well, we do have like 8 doses of the etherealness if you want to go play.
Ethereal in this area?
Yeah, when they gaze.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, he said 4. Calm down there.
We're getting vamped.
Yeah. Calm down.
You may be needed.
Vamped up. The rest of
That's
them
just
inside.
what's outside
Yeah,
right now.
exactly.
Yeah, dude, we're
You're
not
already scaring me. I don't like it.
Well, there was thousands of bats
It's not
flying around.
creepy looking at the.
We're just starting. Let's not.
And what are you doing for your shift?
Watching
just
them,
gonna
watch me, watch them. No, working in the night. Well, I try not to watch them, but I also
I
want to
couldn't
make
get
sure.
anything accomplished in my watch, dude.
Dude.
Nothing.
Freaking, this was worse than Nightmare. Nightmares.
Good
It
job.
stalked me my whole watch. Yeah. Horrible, horrible night.
But your shift pretty much goes by uneventfully. They walk over toward these statues a little bit, and the one sees where the one doll has an arrow sticking out of it, and it's kind of burnt down.
Keeping it real close.
And again, looks back at the other one with that look.
That was their favorite toy.
I hope it was.
He tripped and fell in the sea.
And you notice that about an hour before the sun comes up,
We'll never do it.
the other vampires that came out with these all come flying back.
We're gonna try to get as best count as that.
And
The bats?
you can see that not all of them are in bat form.
Huh?
Some of these are flying with a cape,
Mm-hmm.
and they
Fly
have
spells.
their legs wrapped around and their ankles locked around a body. And they glide in and they drop these bodies off.
Victims.
And these humanoid creatures don't even seem to be fighting any of this.
Yeah.
It's because they're enthralled.
Yeah.
And the 4 that were here
Could
to
be sleepy.
on guard duty
They get fed.
snack.
Yeah, they get fed.
They bite right into these things and start sucking, and you can actually hear
Bones cracking.
that
Now's the time to
as they're sucking them dry.
All human.
Yeah, they're all humanoid.
Garlic cannon.
There might be like a goblin
Get
or
them by a sneak attack.
and the rest of
Holy
these
water cannon.
the rest of these things filter themselves in through these double doors,
What about the ship? On the ship.
and
That would holy water and lead them in.
as
Oh, yeah.
these 4 humanoids die, you can actually see like a ghost type figure come out of their bodies, and then you can see the water ripple all down through here,
Goes and feeds the sea.
and all these souls come over and reach up
Top of the boat.
as these souls willingly jump in to join them. And they pull them into the water with them, and then the water ripples back out and the water becomes calm again.
If we die here, look what we got to look forward to.
You're sleeping.
Oh, I'm sleeping.
Yes, they come.
I keep thinking.
You're the only one that just saw that.
You're sleeping.
But I'm thinking, I wonder if this is
We're dreaming.
what feeds the
We're
sea of
dreaming.
souls
I'm
from the
dreaming.
get
We're
go.
dreaming talking.
Like started.
To each other. No,
Like
it's-
how long have these vampires been here doing this?
Could be a couple hundred years.
I think they may have created the Sea of Souls.
well, you know, that's
We
it.
very well could have.
Once you wake us up, just give us that.
Don't talk to me.
Is it
So,
time to
uh,
wake up?
Yeah, it's starting, the sun's starting to come up, and you watch these four go in the doors.
Yeah.
And then the doors close, and as the sun comes up, all remnants of these doors disappears into the rock again.
Okay.
Now we go in and stake them.
They are still, well,
So
How do we get in?
I think we might have to block that
Oh.
door, maybe. Shadow it.
Not
We will.
When they come out, we go in.
Knock spell.
Oh, you're gonna wait for them to come out again?
No,
No.
Remember, there was like 100 of them that came out
No,
at
they're
one
gonna be
time.
resting
No, not the
now.
van.
we gotta come at them in the
Oh,
daytime.
just before dark?
no. Yeah, let's go in the morning
And then-
if we can get in. and
Well, it's
then-
morning now.
Yeah.
You're waking everybody up.
Dude,
Let's see if we can shadow that
when
door.
They come out.
And you've shared your night reports with
We
us.
could use the sanctuary right inside the door there and be inside. And they
But
don't even know.
you're forgetting if they see us use the sanctuary,
Right, they can get in no problem.
they are ethereal creatures. They can enter it
Anytime.
and attack us within it. We'd have to set it up without them seeing it.
And then hope they don't.
Then they can only
Detect.
sense us. They can't see us unless they're standing, like I said, with the line. Unless they're standing right on that line and stop.
I thought
And
about
look.
this in between sessions, man, about the sanctuary and these vamps.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna say anything. Dan. I had to do that, man.
We need to find something that we could use to block that doorway, see if we can shadow it.
I just know that he almost
Cast a
saw
shadow
me.
across that door and see if
Yeah,
that
a little
might help it
nerve-wracking.
to
He
open up
sensed
again.
you. You
The
But he
light.
couldn't figure out your
Sealed.
exact position.
and
So
you
we
felt
can't
the
see it.
cold.
Well, if it's
Yeah.
shadowed, and it
So,
might make it
I'm
invisible
like,
again.
That's a good.
And if he hadn't
thought,
rolled
I'm
a
thinking
2 on
it's
his
maybe.
roll,
It's very possible. But now,
you
if it's
could have
shadowed,
very
then
well
that's how
had a
it's magical.
vampire in with you.
Sun comes
Could
up
be
and
that.
magically comes.
so I'm
There's
gonna
no
get on
dust.
that ship and I'm gonna turn the
Huh?
dial.
It was
I'm
around
out
dusk. It
here.
wasn't dark.
You must get the
No, he
gem.
said as soon as the light came up, the sun came up.
We need that gem.
I need my life.
Zutine, what gems do we have again?
I have
Air, earth, and water? No.
I
Air,
have.
earth, and fire.
I, yeah.
Fire.
Yeah.
I have the
Fire?
fire one.
You have the water.
Yeah, fire.
No,
Air.
you have air. We need the water, which is here. I'm assuming.
Yep.
And then the other island,
Yeah,
or
I got
wherever
the
we
fire
go, probably
gems
has the
there.
time.
Well, I say we discuss this in further detail after top of the hour smoke break.
I think that
Okay.
we should pay
Absolutely.
the DM some money.
Yeah, let's bribe them.